Is this a safe place? Because I have a question. When did I get old? Example, I'm at the gym today. This twunk walks right past me, and here I thought like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get a little play too, work out and work out, No, this bitch looks at me and says, good form, daddy. Daddy? Who? No, I can't. Guys, it's time to cook. Okay guys, so for today we are cooking Italian style fried chicken, or it's also commonly referred to as a New York style fried chicken because Italians, New York, the tri-state area, BS. What else? Yeah, and we're gonna pair this with the salad. I live in New York City, in Astoria, where there's a plethora of, food stands and markets and stuff. And so I like to buy greens that are not necessarily common, but if you have like a salad bag and if that's what you want to use. But the dressing is like bomb tits, and I highly suggest you make it and then use that on whatever salad you would like to use. All right, so to start, let's start with the chicken. Let's look at the ingredients, okay? To start, we're going to need 3 eggs and a handful of fresh parsley and some cheese. Now, I've got some vegan cheese that is on its last leg, so we're going to use that, but feel free to use Parm, Asiago, or Romano. No judgment, just flavor. You'll also need chicken cutlets. You can buy them pre-cut if you're fancy, but since the bulk pack of chicken was cheaper and I'm in my dad budgeting era, we're just going to slice them ourselves. It's therapeutic or tragic, you decide. Next up, breadcrumbs or panko. I'm using Italian seasoned breadcrumbs because I like my chicken as flavorful as my personality. And finally, all-purpose flour. This is going to dry the chicken cutlets out so the breading actually sticks, because nobody wants breading that's more detached than I am from reality. Now grab your sharpest knife, and if it's not sharp, well, I can't help you. We're slicing this chicken into cutlets. The goal, nice thin slices, not see-through, not paper thin. Some people go so thin you think they're afraid of flavor. I do not subscribe to that ministry. I actually want to taste the chicken. Go too thin and you're basically cooking chicken chips. And baby, we're making cutlets, not jerky. Okay guys, so the chicken is sliced, but I still want to pound it out to make sure we have an even surface level, so that way the chicken cooks evenly and we don't have to burn anything. I probably still will burn something, but in order to pound it out, I cut these down. If you don't care, I don't care, but I just put the chicken in between these 2 sheets, and then, because I'm a slob and I like the less cleaning, the better. Now, the tool you'll need is a tenderizer, just pound it down. But I much prefer this bad boy. It's cook therapy. This is your therapy. So every time your mother compares you to another child and is like, well, so-and-so has a home, bam, there goes your chicken. Your mother-in-law is like, how come you don't cook? My son, he's losing weight. Bam. This chicken has gotten me through a lot, okay? This is the part where you pound out your chicken into even slices and maybe pound out a few intrusive thoughts while you're at it. You know the ones. Am I going to die alone surrounded by cats? Or was that I miss you text with the kissy emoji too much? Channel it, babes. Turn that emotional uncertainty into the perfectly tenderized cutlets. The chicken feels your pain, and frankly, it understands it because, well, bitch, it's dead. Time to make the glue, the fancy glue. We're whisking 3 eggs like they owe us money. Then we're throwing in our cheese. The sharper, the better, just like my commentary. Now for the parsley. Think of it as the earthy, responsible friend who shows up in time to balance out all that cheesy chaos. We're grounding the flavor, people, just like I'm trying to ground my anxiety. Keyword, trying. As you can see, I'm a fully realized idiot and my ring light is photobombing us. So we're breezing through breading like it's last call and we need a drink. Start by giving your chicken a nice dry coat of AP flour. No clumps, no feelings, just flour. Then dunk that sad dry cutlet into the egg mixture like it's baptizing its sins. Soak it. Let it absorb the cheesy, herby goodness. No dry spots. We're not here for half commitment. Once it's thoroughly egg washed and emotionally vulnerable, drag it through the breadcrumbs. Coat it like you're hiding evidence. You're transforming it from wet and uncertain to breaded and ready for the hot oil of destiny. Oh, and pro move, do this days ahead because future you is busy and emotionally unavailable. Alrighty guys, so you're probably wondering, why is it the day after? What happened? Well, I may have indulged in a little of the devil's lettuce, if you will, and I fully did pass out midway cooking and woke up at 2 a.m. and was like, holy smokes. So we're starting with the salad. And I'm going to show you how to make the dressing and everything, and then I'll fry up the chicken for you, and then the meal is done. This meal does not take 2 days to cook, I promise you. Just don't do drugs and you'll be fine. Okay, let's look at the ingredients for the salad. For the salad, use whatever greens make you feel something. Today I'm using dandelion greens because I'm bitter but pretty, arugula for that peppery drama, and fresh fennel because I need crunch in my life. I'm also tossing in cherry tomatoes, raw red onion because I'm brave, and cucumbers for the hydration I'm not getting from tequila. Now for the dressing. You'll need lemon zest and juice from 1 lemon, fresh, not from the bottle, we're not animals, fresh ginger, olive oil, honey for sweetness, because God knows I need it, and Dijon mustard to emulsify this like I'm emulsifying my trauma into content. Salt and pepper to taste or to numbness, it's your call. Now, let's make this dressing before I change my mind and switch to taking shots instead. Let's make a dressing that's more balanced than my last situationship. Start with a half a cup of olive oil, the good stuff, not that light tasting nonsense, and add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard for attitude and a tablespoon of honey because let's be real, we all need a little sweetness in our lives. Zest a whole lemon, yes, the whole thing, we're not here to be subtle, and grate in about a half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon of fresh ginger depending on how spicy you're feeling. Squeeze in the juice from that lemon and whisk it like you're mad at it. This dressing is about to be the main character. Now grab your greens and that fresh fennel, slice it thin, and toss them in a bowl and season with salt, pepper, and a dash of cayenne because you like a little danger. Here's the secret they don't tell you. The difference between a sad home salad and a restaurant sleigh is that you've got to massage your greens. Get in there with gloves or raw dog it, I won't judge, and really work that dressing into every leaf. Bruise the greens like life bruises your ego, with intention. I add the tomatoes, onions, and cucumbers after so they stay crisp and don't get emotionally involved in the drama. Alright, it's frying time. I'm using my trusty cast iron skillet because it's heavy, dependable, and holds heat like a grudge. But use what you got. Just make sure you're using a neutral, high-heat oil like peanut or vegetable. None of that extra virgin olive oil nonsense unless you want your kitchen to smell like regret and smoke. Get that oil nice and hot. How do you know it's ready? Flick a little flour in there. If it sizzles, you're in business. Or, if you're feeling rustic, dip a wooden spoon in. If it bubbles like my anxiety in a group text, you're good to go. Now, because we pounded this chicken into emotional submission earlier, it's thin enough that you don't need to stress about it cooking through. The second those breadcrumbs turn golden and gorgeous, the chicken is done. We're looking for a glow up, not a burnout. So a few of you have been sliding into my comments asking me if I'm single. I'm not. This is Rudy. He's my boyfriend. He's territorial, he hogs the bed, gets aggressively affectionate when I'm trying to plate, and honestly, he's more loyal than my last 3 relationships combined. We're in the home stretch, babes. Just slice this gorgeous golden chicken, listen to that crisp sound, and drape it over your salad like the main character it is. Then, we're cutting a few thin fennel rods for garnish, because we're fancy, but still fractured. And for the chicken, a fresh lemon wedge, very Milanese, very I know what I'm doing even if I don't know who I am. Squeeze that lemon all over everything. It's not just flavor, it's therapy. Alrighty guys, so here you have my salad with Italian or New York style fried chicken. It's very easy. I know I messed up. I got a little litty yesterday and completely dropped the ball. But I promise you, it is very easy to do. And look at all these leftovers I have. So now you can implement this in so many ways. You can refresh this by putting it in a red sauce, throw some cheese on top of it, and that's a chicken parm. So it's a very versatile way of cooking your chicken. Anyways, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and remember, Joey loves you.